Hi guys, today's a video talking about your mindset and your thought process during manifestation, from start to finish of your manifesting journey, whether it's an SP, a career, self-concept, anything to do with your life, whatever you're manifesting. The general idea of having negative thoughts come up during your mind, during the process within your mind. So I'm going to talk about, what does this mean? Why does it come up? How to deal with it? So pretty much all my videos are advice videos. Sometimes I do motivational rants to give you guys a little push when I feel like people are not persisting as much and wavering based on comments, clients, just feedback I'm getting from people. But today's going to be a full-on, just sit down advice video, step by step, talking you through things. So if this sounds interesting and you'd like to hear more of my perspective and how to deal with this, then please keep watching and do thumbs up the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Not only is it letting YouTube know that you enjoy my content, you'd like to be recommended these videos more, but it's helping support my channel as well. Speaking of which, you can work with me. So if you do want that extra one-on-one help, if you feel like you're spiraling, wavering, specifically on this topic, having too many negative thoughts where you're questioning the process, then you can work with me one-on-one to resolve things, and everything will be on screen. So whether it's becoming a member of my LOA Coaching Darling membership here on my channel for $2.99, or you can also work with me directly one-to-one, starting with a £60 coaching package, and on screen will be everything listed of my coaching offers. And you can also get 50% off a coaching package. Yes, that is a huge discount. And if you buy my SP guide, which is going to be £49, and it's 8 pages, just jam-packed, filled with lots of advice and frequently asked questions, just answering any questions you may have. You can purchase that and you get 50% off. Now let's start the video. So my first point is basically that if you're starting from a negative old story, it's totally normal. Those negative thoughts shouldn't be a point of concern for you. It's very normal, obviously, if you're coming from the opposite and you're trying to do a 180 change, anything negative into positive, or having a lack of something into fully having this in your life. You're changing your mindset because you're doing it through your mind. This isn't a fitness guide. This isn't a career guide. It's you using your mind to manifest these experiences into your life. Likewise, obviously, I'm not a dating coach, so I'm not here to tell you how to handle your SP. It's about the manifesting process. So in terms of that, you are just focusing on your mindset. And because you're coming, in this scenario, if this does apply to you, from a negative old story where, it doesn't even have to be about your SP or about your actual current circumstances. It could be about things tying into that. So maybe you've struggled on your career path. Maybe you've had negative relationships. Maybe things have always ended badly. It doesn't have to be just about your SP, for example. So it could be just you have negative beliefs and negative memories around this topic, and it really triggers you. You've struggled with it. Maybe that's the case. Then it is totally normal to have those negative thoughts comes up. What did I just say? Negative thoughts come up because your mind, conscious mind, the ego, is trying to protect you. It's trying to show you, hey, look at all these memories. This is our past experience. This is what has come up previously. What do you mean SP loves you? What do you mean you're a CEO? Look at these circumstances. Look at what has happened. It's normal. It's the rational, logical, intellectual mind being like, what you're thinking right now is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. Whatever. That's the reasoning why it's coming up, because it's got all these really prominent recent memories tying to the opposite. So I hope that answers, your query of, is this normal? Why is it normal? Yes, thinking negative thoughts, even if you're coming from a really positive point, you're not going to be, Sunshine Barbie 24/7. So it's going, or Sunshine Ken. The negative thoughts at some point or another are normal. And if it's a really abundant, amount, then it just means you need to keep working through it. It just means your mind needs a little more time, a little more persistence, and that will start to subside. But likewise, if you are putting a lot of significance on them, it's just going to make it more prominent. You don't want to amplify it. You don't want to make it seem like this huge hurdle and significant event, because it's not. It's always up to you. You're in control of your reality. And I will touch on that point a little bit more further on into the video. But basically, it's all up to you. You don't need to assign a significance to that. You can just, the next point will be about a mental diet, but yeah, basically it doesn't have to be significant. It doesn't matter if you've just spent 5 minutes looking at the opposite in your reality. You decide the meaning, you can revise it, you can, do whatever. Just mentally decide. It doesn't matter. I don't care, ego, go away. I don't care what you have to say. I've decided that my reality is this, and you loop your affirmations. Those negative thoughts are essentially completely irrelevant. If we were to sit here and analyze and overthink and decide, oh yeah, that did just happen 5 days ago, which means of course I can't manifest this because, he said this to me, she did that. So of course that's the case. Why would I ever be able to manifest it? It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter what came up, what you heard, what you saw, what you thought, even up to 5 minutes ago, it doesn't matter. So you just keep applying the repetition, the persistence, because it's irrelevant whatever's trying to oppose the new reality. You convince your mind because your own conscious mind will conform to your affirmations. And if you allow yourself to question and repeat and continue to, perpetuate this cycle, that is exactly what will happen. The cycle will repeat itself because you're affirming, but then something comes up in your 3D reality, you think negatively, even if it's as little as a TV show triggering a memory in you. If you allow yourself to sit in that and not, turn it around or wallow in it and start mentally spiraling, then you're just repeating that cycle. So do not try to question or analyze those negative thoughts. Let them be. Try and catch them and say, no, that's not going to happen. That's not what we're dealing with now, and apply the mental diet. It's all about the consistency, and it comes down to you as being the creator of your reality to apply a story that's in your favor. Whether it's about you or an SP, someone, that is like physically outside of yourself, it doesn't matter what it is. Apply a story that is in your favor, that aligns with your manifestation. That's not a third party, that's their cousin. I forgot, I saw pictures, that's just their cousin. They're having a family outing and that's all it is, My boss still hasn't, assigned the promotion to someone for the position I want. Anyone else who's got promoted recently, it's for different positions. My position is there for me and they're going to announce me as the next whatever tomorrow morning. Assign any positive story that is in your favor. And it doesn't matter if it's based on logic or whatever the negative thought may be. And likewise, your mental diet, the story that you are creating, it doesn't have to be logical either. So basically, logic is completely irrelevant with manifesting. And I know that's the hardest part to let go of, to not react mentally or emotionally to what you're seeing. It does come with practice and habit. You're not going to be as triggered or spiraled if you persist and really get consistent. That's why I always say it in all my videos, reminding you guys, because consistency is the key. So it's going to subside eventually. Anything, logical that's negative, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. And none of that, by the way, can stop your manifestation because it's really up to you. So unless you give up, nothing can say you're never getting your manifestation. It's not working. There's no such thing. It's always up to you. So if you decide and say, yeah, I'm creating this. This is my new reality. No matter what, I'm going to stay focused and bring myself back to this new positive story. That's you persisting. It has to eventually come to you by the law of assumption. And remember that if it was believable and what you already believed and it seemed realistic, you wouldn't need to manifest it, A, but B, it would just happen naturally. You wouldn't question it. The same way, if you are working or you're at school every day, if I were to say to you, do you think that tomorrow morning you're going to show up to work? Do you think tomorrow morning you're going to take the bus into school? You're not even going to question it. It's not something you would ever even affirm for. Tomorrow morning I'm driving to work. Tomorrow morning I'm taking the bus to school. You're not going to say these things. It sounds ridiculous, right? Because it's just part of your daily life. It's so normal. And that's the same with manifesting. Eventually it will get to that point. But right now, of course, it's not at that point. It's not an assumption that you're going to marry SP. It's not your assumption that you're earning a six-figure salary as a CEO. I'm giving, general examples, but like whatever it may be. It's not your belief or assumption that that's just the way your life is progressing. You are creating these assumptions and beliefs through your repetition every day. So don't worry that it's unbelievable right now or seems illogical. That will all shift. So of course, creating something new in your physical reality and your physical experience means you have to apply the repetition. So keep reminding yourself of those principles of how to manifest with law of assumption, because if you persist, The negative thoughts will subside. They are totally normal, but you do want to try your best to get a handle on them and try to flip them around or not let yourself spiral. And those are my key takeaways. Those are my key points of advice here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it useful, and if you did, then please do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye!